Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues 3.0, playing as the Provisional Republic of Texas. We are fighting against Santa Ana. New recording session for me, so I gotta refamiliarize myself. We are gonna be going for a little bit of a naval invasion to try and get around some of these robots. We did get a pretty large encirclement in the last video, which was certainly helpful. In the meantime, we are still trucking for some more of our doctrines, etc., but it's not gonna do me an absolute load of good because we are basically only tribal tech across the board, which is a huge downgrade for me. I guess we'll go for some more Special Forces organization. Sure, why not? I am really hoping that we can go down the constitutional rewrite down here, and that's ultimately going to result in me getting new tech levels, as well as more research slots to make up for what I lost. I really hope that's the case, because if it is not, then it means that performing the Provisional Republic of Texas is almost always going to be a mistake. If you're playing as the Brotherhood of Texas, you should just be going for lots of conquest, and you can form them later, but you want to get as much research done as possible before opening up a new national focus tree that ultimately doesn't help you too much. Now, right now, I am going for the national focus to get me some more manpower, because right now we're a little on the low side. And obviously, more manpower could be very beneficial for me. Let's see, we are about to launch our naval invasion, at which point we then want to start pushing against these robots as well. Looks like they're getting 2 or 3 kind of all along these lines, which is a little dangerous. Unless our anti-piercing weapons end up being really good. But I'm hoping that this is going to distract him enough that I can swoop in for a little bit of an encirclement and maybe kill off a handful more. That is what I am hoping for. Are we launching the troops? The answer appears to be yes. Okay, good. So we have enough naval dominance in the area that we are able to work on that. Good, 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 good. New decisions. Demand our rightful territories. Or more ultimatums, really. We could do that. Mobilizing the people. What I really need, honestly, is a lot more stability. We could reduce research speed for 100 days. And to be honest, given that research speed is so useless to me right now, I think it's actually worth spending the political power to try and start boosting our stability back up to a reasonable level. Obviously, research is good, but when you only have 2 slots and you can't research anything important, who cares? Who actually cares? All right, we have successfully landed. Good. Let's see if we can get down to Port Lubbock real quick, and we'll grab that. Also snag their radar. Certainly seems like he is just sitting there and staring at me. Now he feels threatened. Good. Okay, this is where we go for the pin down. And we need to grab some power armor, etc., and go and attack here. And I need to grab a bunch of units and go and attack here. We're looking to get some sort of encirclement right along here, preferably, if at all possible. Looks like green across the board, at least for the moment. That is quickly changing, but if we can burn down his organization, it doesn't really matter. And I think completely flanking this guy should make it easy for me to quickly burn these guys down. We might actually burn this down before we burn this. And that's fine if that's the case. I'll still get some encirclements. I'll take what I can get. All right, so you've grabbed the port. That's good. Some more passive supply generation for me. Good, 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 good. Can some of you guys go and assist over here? We're just trying to get a little bit of extra force down here, trying to burn down organization. Even if it looks like it's in the red and we're losing fights, it doesn't actually matter. You can see right down here, we're in the red. Who cares? We're burning down the organization of these 4 robots. That's all that matters. Force them to retreat, and we'll end up being just fine and dandy. Thank you very much. All right, measured in freedom means we get a little bit of extra manpower, which is great. Now we're going to go for a constitutional rewrite. And we're going to try to find out if there's any options that actually make the provisional government of Texas, you know, good. Like, at all. Like, even a little good. Doesn't have to be great, just got to be something. All right, these guys are retreating, but they're not going to get very far. Still burning them down. He's coming back in, but with no organization means he's going to die. Some more fights amongst the cartels, blah, 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 blah. We are losing this fight all of a sudden. We can try to get some extra reinforcements in there and see if that makes a difference. I just want to keep these guys pinned down so that they can't reinforce over here. Looks like we are going to push these guys out. So it's not going to be a very large encirclement, but it is something. I want to leave one guy behind to make sure we don't lose anything. There we go. So it's not awesome, but it's something. We'll take what we can get. This is just a few more robots that I should be able to finish off and open up the ground for me to go ahead and send some more troops flooding in. We will be making use of jump cuts still, by the way. Don't think for a second that that's not going to happen. It, of course, is. We need to send some more units in here, like ASAP, because some guys are retreating, and I don't like that. There we go. This should help. Okay, now we can definitely ward these guys off. Yeah, we'll make use of jump cuts. I'm kind of hoping we can finish up this series sometime by the end of this week, which would give me the freedom to go ahead and start moving on either new World War Blue stuff or totally different mods. I mean, of course, Hearts of Iron 4 just recently had the Battle for the Bosphorus released, And that's new content that I think people would genuinely like to see, so that seems good to me. Let's go ahead and just tell these people to go ahead and be aggressive and start pushing. I'm going to tell you guys to basically start pushing down to the little corpse and try for that, because if we can sneak down here, we can separate these troops from all of their capital. And if they don't have any ports, that means all these robots over here are going to die, which is very, very good for me. So I need to get some of these motorized down over here. We'll try to go for some little encirclements along the way against these guys, but yeah, the big goal is to now cut all of these guys off from their primary source of resources at the capital, and they'll only be able to rely on the Alamo for the rest. Okay, we have a constitution written. What the frickin' heck is this? Are you sure you want to sign the Constitution? When signed, it may no longer be edited. What? I've never seen this before. Okay. With the formation of our republic, the next important step for us is to frame our nation much like in stories of years past. Battling will be fierce, and provisions will be demanded, required, and hated by our constituents and community. The Texas Constitution is comprised of articles and subsections. Each of these 5 articles is unlocked through the focus tree, with subsections being unlocked through the focus trees and events. Each subsection can be added once to the Constitution and imparts unique effects. The Constitution has no effect until signed, but once signed, is no longer editable. Choose wisely when to sign the document. No, I want to continue editing the Constitution so that we do not... Okay, so cancel this. Don't sign it yet. Convention time. We've got to add in as many articles as possible. We need the foundations of a government, which requires the Bill of Rights. So we have to do this first. All right, Bill of Rights first. Yep, that's a good place to start in general. And we'll move on from there. Okay, very cool. I've never seen a weird, like, actual signing pop-up like that. But I like it. Let's go ahead and draw out some of these front lines a little bit over here. It seems like the robots are falling apart at this point. And I have to thank the anti-tank weapons. That's definitely doing the job. Tank missile! Right? Yeah? Y'all know that reference, right? You know, from how it should have ended with Iron Man and blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Hey, look, some Rangers, non-robots for once. Ooh, my piercing weapons will do nothing against you, but my lawkeepers are reasonably good. Can you guys get down here real quick and see if you can go for a quick cutoff? Because we got fast motorized. This is the thing we're good at. If we can get down to the corpse and prevent these guys from going anywhere, great. And it looks like we've actually managed to cut these guys off at the Alamo. Good, 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 good. So, some of you guys should be able to finish them off, right? Grab the radar. Yes, yes, one little bit more, and there we go. These guys have now all been encircled as well and have nowhere to run. We have the corpse under our control. Ha, ha, ha. Santa Ana, you are doomed! I don't know why I need to be so dramatic. You thought about that before? I'm a very dramatic person for reasons that don't need to make sense. Well, it's very good for YouTube. So, I don't know. We'll go with it. I could pull back, but why bother? Let's see. We're still going to murder all of them. At this point, I do think that Santa Ana has taken some pretty significant losses. They've lost 3,000. I've lost... No. Oh, wow. We both lost 3,000. Okay, so that's not great. We both lost quite a few. But he's losing a lot of equipment and divisions, which is leaving me free to do whatever I want. Let's go ahead and grab that Alamo. Let's also pin these guys down so that they can't stop me from taking the Alamo back. I need some of you guys to help me over here. Thank you. And some of you guys go down here, and one of you guys go up over here, and then we'll go back around, and boom. Okay. More factories. What are we currently lacking? At the moment, nothing, though we are using up our anti-tank weapons very aggressively, which makes sense given the situation. So a couple more factories to produce at least a few more of those per day would be wise. And now we get to flood a load more troops down here. Perfect. Let's get over this way. And you are going to basically go down the coast toward Armstrong. And you're going to work down this way. I don't see any reinforcements yet. That doesn't mean that Santa Ana doesn't have any, and I'm sure he is desperately trying to train some up. But for now, there we go. All right, the Bill of Rights is done. We can have the foundations of a government, add subsection, separation of powers. This is an amendment slot. What the crud is an amendment slot? Dude, what is this? This is awesome. Okay, hang on. Foundations of a government, lose stability, gain political power. Add a subsection, the separation of powers. Okay, this adds an amendment, the Declaration of the Rights of Man, provisions for education. Oh my god, what is this? This is so interesting. Maybe this is a way of just, like, reforming the government so we get all the actual, like, advisors and laws. Right? Add Constitution, Article 1, subsection, the right to bear arms. That's a very Texan thing to do. We're having the right to bear arms. Oh, you think I mean guns? No, no, no. I mean literally bear arms. Like, you find a bear, you chop up its arms. Everyone has a right to have those. I know, it's a very unoriginal joke. That's never been done before. What could possibly be misconstrued? What could be possibly misinterpreted about the U.S. Constitution? Everyone has a right to bear arms on their wall. Whatever. I'm sure it's a Family Guy joke or something. Actually, I think it is. Oh, God, I'm quoting Family Guy. All right, I feel a little bit dirty now. All right, a load of troops ready to go down to the front line, which we'll go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and set these guys up. You're going to go up to the north. Let's go basically all along this area along the river. Okay. Break the dam, unleash the river. These guys are going to come down over here, and you're going to focus your way along the coasts down there. Thank you. You guys, I think, are all still setting up here, so we don't waste too much of our supply, which is fine. Let's have another group that's going to go off... I don't know. Let's go ahead and encircle around here. Make sure we control this area of the river. Okay, all seems good. You're going to need to have another offensive line, and you're kind of my big boy, so you're going to be pushing all the way down here. There we go. All right, everyone should be going from here on out. If you don't have any more troops, I mean, you're dead. And we're going to get all that territory, which would be absolutely awesome. Enforcers suppression bonus. We could start creating enforcer units in order to get better occupied territories. That is a thing that we can do. Let's see. We want to sort by compliance. Outposts, outposts, outposts. These guys can have sporadic outposts as well. These guys are almost up to 100%, so the Bayou motors will not be that much longer. We have a surprising amount of resistance, given that, you know, they should be all dying. I guess we could go for caravan guards. It would reduce it by 5%. But alternatively, we just go ahead and start creating an enforcer unit. And we might do that very soon. So right now, I see no resistance at all. If you've got basically nothing left, and we could check this, but I'm not going to. Oh, wait, no, he's got something. He's trading something up. Okay. Good. I was kind of worried about that for a second, but we should be able to push up to the river without really any issue at all. You guys all need to be set to aggressive, because this is your chance to push hard, especially before he gets his organization up, and I don't see any reason not to just go aggressive if I have mostly unopposed spreads. So we're going to do this. This is going to be a lot of factories, a lot of territory that I can make use of. We have the right to bear arms done. We could also add in the freedom of speech, which I shall do. Is there a special decision for the Constitution? There it is. Look at this. Dude, this is super cool. Okay, so there's a signature. So if we click on this, we can add in the right to bear arms, increases mobilization, increases resistance target. So more people will be able to resist us, which makes sense because they have a constitutional right to have guns, which therefore makes it harder for me to stomp down on them and control the population we've just conquered. That's actually a very sensible decision, so I like it. I like it a lot. Cool. Dude, this is awesome. I've never seen this kind of mechanic implemented before. This alone actually makes it completely worth it to me to go for the Provisional Republic of Texas just to see what happens. You guys seriously need to just go ahead and cross. Stop wasting my time. Get over here. It looks like we lost a few front lines or something. Everything got messed up. Everything got completely messed up. Hang on. Where are all of you? You're all going over here. That's not where I need you. Hang on. You, front line, here. All assign here. Offensive line, down the coast. Go. You, offensive line, here. I need to take like half of you, assign like this, go down to the end. I know we're creating a lot of extra offensive lines and it's ugly as hell. I'm aware, but this is what happens. Apparently, basically, just all the river crossings kind of messed things up. But I can fix it. I can fix it. It's going to be A-okay. And again, he has like basically nothing left. I think we encircled like his entire army. Which, don't get me wrong, would be a reasonably strong army given that they're robots if it weren't for the fact that I did produce just enough piercing weapons. We are losing quite a bit from attrition as we continue fighting these guys, so we do need to be somewhat cautious of that. Let's get to Nuevo Laredo, which is going to give me some extra supply generation in this approximate area. Apparently, these guys have decided the best way to get over to where I've told them to go is not to cross this obvious crossing around Nuevo Laredo, but instead to go all the way around. Well, so be it. I don't think it's a big deal. Just go, go, go. Everyone go. All right, we just got some more bottle caps. I heard the sound of that one. That's good. Grain, salt elicitations. Oh, right, for the extra population. That's good. Tax breaks for factories. No. Military signing bonuses for manpower. Tempting, actually. Actually, very tempting. Not sure we need it, though. New citizen care package, compliance gain, blah, blah, blah. I mean, at the moment we have how many caps? 172,000. We can afford to wait on that. Is fine. Let's just keep producing as many of these anti-tank rifles as we can. We're producing 10 a day, but that's the only thing we're currently losing, a couple more per day. So I want to deal with some of that. All right, when we think we are starting to finish off Santa Ana, we can start fabricating on the Unity of Austin again. And I do think I like that idea. We need to get more of these rifles. It's the only thing that I'm currently lacking. Freedom of speech, we can now have an article for immigration. Now, here's the thing. It looks like we only have access to one article, so we have to decide which of them we want. We could add another amendment slot and to the article if we get all the way down to breaking shackles. That's good. Freedom of religion, freedom of immigration. I guess we can try it. I want to get down to breaking the shackles. I'm not sure what the best path is to get the optimal government constitution, but I think we can afford to do it. What's this? Freedom of speech? It looks like this got added. I don't remember adding this in, but it looks like we did. Okay. So every citizen shall bear a right, have the right to bear arms in defense of the Republic. The military shall be subordinate to civil power. Every citizen has the liberty to speak, write, or publish his own opinions on a subject. Okay. Dude, this is so weird and cool. I like it. That is a really nice touch that they have added into the game. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and have some of you guys go down this way, and some of you goes down this way, and some of you guys go up this way. I don't know. We'll figure out some of it. Why don't you guys just go ahead and create your own, like, little set right there. There you go. And you guys can just go, I don't know, wherever the frick you want. There's only 3 of them, so it's not like it's going to be very quick. We can add on a few more. There we go. Add you guys here. Add you guys here. You guys here. There we go. Okay, just trying to continue spreading. New Reno declares war on the Antelope tribe. New Reno's up over here, right? Yes, these guys right over here. These guys are apparently pretty fun to play. You can form the enclave with them without the mod, I believe. I think it's the only vanilla way of adding the enclave back into the game. I could be wrong on that point, but I think that is the case. Anyway, so since we're still unopposed, and it looks like we were able to somehow surround and kill the rest of those robots, let's do another jump cut. I am going to go ahead and start fabricating on the Unity of Austin about now, actually. It's going to take 100 days, and that's fine. I think we can finish this war in the next 100 days, or at least have it done enough that I can send the rest of these troops to go and surround them and get ready for a really nice breakthrough. I mean, they've got so much territory exposed to me now, we can hit them from every direction. I don't think they have anywhere near enough troops to deal with me. But we're going to go ahead and set up a really big power block to just punch through to Austin and grab their capital if we want. The rest will turn around and we'll try to cut off some divisions. He's got more territory than he can defend at this point. The border gore is very real. It's difficult to spread out and maintain. It's kind of like a Czechoslovakia situation. So that works out super well for me. And we lost some offensive lines. No problem, we can fix that. Okay, we finished with the immigration clause added. We can go for freedom of religion. I suppose we might as well. Wait, freedom of religion, but freedom right of private ownership. Organization, I could see. Private ownership? Because private property laws don't strike me as necessarily the freedom of religion, but I mean, okay. Now, one thing I'm very concerned about as we continue to push through this is going to be a lot of territory that I have to take, and not a lot of manpower in order to have garrisons to take care of it. So that's going to be an issue. And already we're losing a lot of manpower, I think, just from having to have loads of garrisons at this point to take care of them. So can I indeed create some sort of new template? Let's just see. This is the unit I think at this point we have been using. Let me just double check. What have we been using so far? Light Patrol Garrison units. Okay. So if we go here to this Light Patrol, duplicate it, and swap these guys out for... not Enforcers? Enforcers. There we are. These guys have suppression value of 2. What qualifies as the Law Keepers? Wait a minute. These guys have a suppression value of 3. Right, and we do something like this. Just Enforcers and Dogs. That's a little bit of manpower saved, which is nice. Suppression value drops a pretty huge amount, though. So I'll be honest, I don't think that this is worth it. I think the amount of suppression we get per manpower use is so much better for the Law Keepers that the result will be, yes, I have a smaller template, but I use more of them in order to control it, and I end up having a net negative of manpower. That is my suspicion at the moment, which I obviously don't really appreciate. So, yeah, no good. No good there, I think. All right, these guys actually can go down to sporadic patrols or outposts. There we go. Helps a little bit. Yeah, let's just keep using whatever patrols we've got at the moment. I think that's the best we are going to get, unless Unless we wanted to create a version of this that doesn't cost me any of these logistics and other such things, and instead add on the dogs. The dogs, I thought, would add suppression. They do not. Oh, never mind then. No, the only thing this would do is save me equipment. It would save me a lot of support equipment. If I ever am running out of support equipment, then I want to have a lockkeeper division that doesn't have all those support companies. But at the moment, I don't think it really hurts me. I think we're fine. Okay, freedom of religion is done. Let's break shackles and add in a new amendment for me. Something I think I am going to do, honestly, is actually go for the military sign-on bonus just to get some core manpower for a while. Because that could make a big difference for what I need right now in order to control all this territory I'm getting. By the way, look who is bringing in some more friends. We can go ahead and fix that. So a little bit of extra manpower we're getting per week, as well as just generally more non-core manpower, will at least help me get the garrison going. And I'm hoping that it tracks or continues even after the war ends. I don't know if you have to be at war to do a military sign-on bonus. I don't think so. But I do think that it's going to result in me getting enough manpower to stay alive at least a little bit longer, so I'm okay with that. Oh, wait, that was it. Okay, we get a load more Vault-Tec power armor, some more weaponry, and other various equipment. Look at all these states! I could create one heck of a puppet. A puppet would be nice in the sense that, yes, I would be able to get somebody who's taking care of their own territory and I don't have to worry about it. At the same time, I'd rather just take it all myself, because I ultimately am going to want all that manpower in factories. I think it's going to be better for me. So let's just go ahead and eat everything and say, there we go. Freed slaves, 600 more manpower. Nice, because we don't allow for slavery, because I haven't written that into my constitution yet, though I might change that in the future. Okay, so let's see. We got some more factories. Some of them are currently damaged. We do need more of these rifles. So we'll go ahead and work on that. 36 states for me! Love it! Let's go ahead and get ready to fight the Unity of Austin. CQC training is done. That's great. So now we can go for some more doctrines, I guess, because there's really not much else to do. Interception mission efficiency? Sure, why not? That's fine. Okay, how long until we can kill you? Oh, it only took me another month to finish them off. Okay, that's fine, though. This gives me some time to start getting more compliance with all this territory, so I'll be okay. And don't have to worry quite as much about the manpower. I think that's A-okay with me. Breaking the shackles is done. Now we need to move on to foundations of a government. Let's go to our constitution and take a little look-see. So we've got bear arms. We have freedom of speech. We can now add in the freedom of movement. I think the right to private property is non-negotiable. Does give some consumer goods, but the industrial capacity factor is nice. This gives me subject autonomy as well as infrastructure. Freedom of movement may not necessarily be something I want. Depends. I don't know. I don't have any subjects, so I guess it doesn't really hurt me. And infrastructure building can be nice. Gotta be a little cautious about that. Some of these might not be a trade-off that are worth it. I'll have to analyze each one. In the meantime, can we get some more promotions for any of my generals? It appears the answer to that is a big fat nope. Unfortunate, but alright, that's fine. Let's just do some more jump cuts. Foundations of a government are done. Okay, now we can go for the convention of the 10th of August, which is today, apparently. There we go. Add an amendment slot and a provision for education. Yes, I do want one of those. We can modify the government a little bit more. An economic advisor wouldn't be a bad idea, I think. What's even better, of course, is somebody who can get me political power, which I think is all we've got already, so that's not amazing. Commonplace deputization, outsider volunteers. I could really use some more manpower, non-core manpower, planning speed, resistance target, blah, blah, blah. We got better compliance gain, which is ultimately going to be great for me, and a little bit of loss of stability doesn't hurt me. I'm going to go for outsider auxiliaries. And once our mobilization speed catches up, I think this solves most of our issues for manpower, because a lot of our territory is non-core. Increasing their contribution by 5% can only end up being really good for me, especially once I get their compliance up, so they actually do start, you know, giving me a lot. The convention is done. Now we can have weeks to months, equality and uniformity of taxation, taxation of residents, mandated funding for the army, emergency relief funding, also a legislature. Let's go ahead and grab things to the legislature. I'm going hard on this Constitution thing, all right? I know we could just sign it and go with what we got right now, but I want to know exactly what these provisions are. It's super important to me that I find out what everything is, especially if there is an option to fix the dang technology that is currently in this game. I really, really, really want to fix that, dang it. I don't know what this is. nftexas.115.t. A reasonable request. Unlock all the Did we just finish the... Oh, somebody asked to do something before I got to... What did we just get? Something just happened in my constitution. Somebody asked for something, and we were like, yeah, that sounds great. I don't know what I'm agreeing to, but it sounds great. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and add in the freedom of movement. Why not? We're just going to go for as many of these provisions as we can. All right, so that's all of Article 1, the Declaration of the Rights of Men and Others. Fun touch. Next is Article 2, the powers of the branches of government. The powers of the government of the state of Texas shall be divided into 3 distinct departments. Okay, so we're basing this, it looks like, a lot off of our typical United States-based constitution. Stability is in red. I would think plus 5% is a good thing, but there we go. Provisions of education. We have an option here. Conscription factor? That's not what I'm looking for. Separation of power, election of offices, the returns of the election for each something. I can't read this very well. It's an odd font, but it sounds like we can add in the election and something, which gives me a conscription factor, so... I think this is all good, question mark. Okay. Next, we have the judiciary and the executive. All of that's good. Let's go to weeks to months, though. Keep working down that constitution. We're going to have it, dang it. And while our politicians are at work down in Houston, let's let our military do what they do best, which is to murder and conquer lots of territory. Call allies? I don't have any allies. Don't make me laugh. All right, go, 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 go. Everyone feels very confident about this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Very confident about the situation. We should be able to punch through here and get these guys all cut off. Yeah, that organization's fallen right down. Okay, these guys are going to be no problem at all. Weeks to months is done. We can go for careful negotiations for suffrage and add that in. I imagine there's going to be some articles about, like, rights for ghouls and other such quote-unquote subhumans, if that's what you want to call them. Might sound a little bit nice. Let's see. Taxation of residents gets me 15% caps income. Mandated funding for the governments. More conscription factor and factory efficiency misspelled. Flat caps income goes down. And emergency relief. Why would we want emergency relief to reduce my income? Well, we do want to have the right to tax my residents. That seems good. We'll also go for the mandated funding of the government. But that's all the articles we've got at the moment. So we can't do the emergency funding. I wonder if the emergency funding... I mean, maybe we'll get more articles in a little bit. I don't know. But I wonder if the emergency funding can be used for, like, certain events. If you have that emergency funding, you get different options. Could well be the case. I have no idea. Who else should we be justifying on? Because we already have a claim against Lubbock. We can do that. Imperio Mexicano? We can do that. These guys will be, like, more robots and stuff, right? We could just push, like, further down this way. I would love to know where all the trade routes were, where they all went, so that I can find out where to conquer there for money. That would be great. Tube heads, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could go conquer them, I suppose. Yeah, they don't have a lot of troops. They got some factories and stuff, I suppose. I did build a lot with them, didn't I? So, yeah, let's just go ahead and justify our war goal against the tube heads. There we go. And it looks like the Unity of Austin may already be deadikins. What is this? The Unity of Austin isn't nearly as good as I thought they were. They released somebody else because their war technically wasn't over. I'm not sure how that's possible. Shale's army. Ridiculous. Gosh dang it. All right, we gotta actually, like, slow. I feel like I did all the work. I should get all the stuff. Gosh dang you. Well, that was apparently the best that I could do. Frickin' Shale's army. I would love to justify a war goal against you too. Unless I already have a war goal. Let's see. Nope, just Lubbock. Darn it. I was hoping maybe we would get a free one that was left over from all those court states we had the national focus for a while back, but apparently that is not the case. Boo! Alright, let's go conquer Lubbock then. Refugees. Lannius' conquests over neighbors have caused issues. We welcome them with open arms. Requests freedom of movement, add an emote. We already have this. I don't want to get resistance, so I guess we'll welcome them with open arms, and I lose some caps as a result, but that's fine, I think. We already had the constitutional thing there, so I guess there are more events that can pop up based on the things around you, which can give you some additional constitutional amendments. Maybe we could have even had an amendment after we had signed the Constitution. I mean, those sort of things can happen. I assume that constitutional conventions are allowed. Maybe. There's the careful negotiations done. Let's go for the executive branch and those separations of powers and blah, 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 blah. Lubbock, I am sorry. You are going to have to die now. We are going to declare war and just send everyone to go on a giant smash mission. Shouldn't take me more than a few seconds, I think, to finish this guy off. He's got barely enough troops to hold his front line. I've told my people to be aggressive, and aggressive they shall be. Go on, get in there, grab Lubbock. You can do it, I believe in you. Just grab the capital real quick. It shouldn't take you too long at all. And then we have a war goal, I think, against the Cypher warband. Yeah, we do. That one's going to be tougher because there's literally only one place to go to war against, or one entryway. So we're going to have to be able to punch through like crazy on that one. That's fine, though. Let's take all states. Thank you. Done. And let's see. I'm going to have you guys set up. Honestly, I think this is where we use the fallback lines. So we're going to do a fallback line right along here. And a fallback line right along here. And the rest of you, I don't know, sit down on like Shale's army or something. We'll figure out what to do with you guys in a minute. Okay, all my troops are in position down here. I'm going to try to get them to cross this strait so it's a little bit easier for me. Who are you led by? Helki the Ripper. What an interesting name you have. Also, look how many national spirits they've got. Oh my god. That is a lot. All right, well, the Provisional Republic of Texas has demanded that you belong to me. So please cross. Thank you. They are falling for my trap. Yes, keep spreading out so that I can punch through and destroy your organization. Let's go for the Judiciary as our next article subsection. Cult of Diana. Yeah, they're growing a little bit. Ooh, they look kind of cool. I don't know, Cult of Diana might be fun. They've gone through, I think, 3 different names. And they're also in Caesar's Legion now, so that's pretty weird and wonky, but all right. Yeah, that's right. Keep spreading out. Keep spreading out. Now, I'm going to tell you guys to get rid of these fallback lines, because I don't think they're necessary anymore. Quick little front line here. Quick little front line here. And offensive lines to get up to Armadillo. And also for you to get in through all of this nonsense. Okay. And go, and a go, and go. All right. They should not be able to survive this one. We should at least now have a way to punch through. Instead of fighting all of them in one spot, all we have to do is just break through their line once, and we can just charge right across the river, and they're all very dead. Case in point, these guys have, like, no organization left. Oh, no, don't get wounded. No. All right, but they're all retreating across the river, which means now we should be able to push across. I'm going to try to force that issue. They still have a lot sitting here, to be honest. I'm surprised. They're actually going to cause a little bit more trouble than I thought. Where's my Air Force? I need planes. I need bombers. Okay, I'm sending literally every unit I've got to burn down his organization. This is gross overkill, but if it works, it works. The highest branch of the Texas tree, Justice of the Peace. Well, that's fine. We are, I assume, burning down your organization at least a bit, right? Yeah, all right. He's starting to have to retreat. There we go. Just looking for that little bit of a break. Airbase raids are done. Cool. Ground attack for light aircraft. Yes. I'd like to have a little bit more close air support capacity if you don't mind. Come on. Keep making him retreat. You've almost got it. He's only got to come. There we go. All right, now we got to do it all over again right here. We can do it, though. I have no doubt. We can do it. The problem I have with this right now is he keeps sending in troops like after they've had a chance to recover some organization. There's no way for me to pin him to prevent him from getting reinforcements. My only hope is we really focus fire enough that we are able to push all the way through. There we go. Although the Brotherhood and Chobang are allies, they have very different takes on the law. The Texan Brotherhood has never bothered to formalize its legal code, preferring a rough and ready frontier justice. In contrast, Lone Star has excelled with things like contracts and judges. Chobang believes the Republic of Texas needs a formal judicial system to promote economic development, while the Brotherhood thinks justice should be kept at the local level. Keats, for his part, is also skeptical about letting towns directly appoint their judges to protect supermutant minorities. Armed possess, or Cho and Keats carry the day? I kind of agree with this. A formalized legal code, it's going to reduce stability, which is terrible, but I'm going to do it. I don't know if it leads to anything really good, but I do think that that's going to be the right way to go, technically speaking. All right, now I need to sign the Constitution to finish this off. So, this is the point where we go to the Constitution, and I make sure there's no more articles I might want to sign. For example, no, we've already got all of this. There's nothing new I want to place there. We could go for the power of veto. Political power gain, great. Compliance gain's nice, but the power of the veto would be very nice. And we can add in Article 5, the suffrage of man or the suffrage of woman. Stability. Well, I don't have another article to give women equal rights. That doesn't feel right. Really, though? You're not going to give me anything else? All right, I think at this point it's just a semantics game, and I'm going to go ahead and use man as the gender neutral, which is technically what it was in the English language for a while ago. So there we go. I think now we signed the Constitution. It is signed, done. Edward J. Rust. Ah, I was hoping I could put my own name to it. Oh well, that's completely fine. Come on, burn these last. Oh my gosh, he brought down more again. He's going to keep doing this until we can actually either burn all the way through, which I think we can do, or we pull back one more time. Constitution of Texas, this cornerstone thing, done. Reduction in coring costs is nice. A strong legislature. Okay, so these are some of the other things. Wait a minute. Ah, no! Amend the Constitution. Yes, strong legislature should have the ability to amend the Constitution. I think I just added that to the Constitution. I sort of assumed that I successfully just did that. I don't really know. Okay. No training, wasteland surviving training, division organization, or justify wartime. Yes, let's do that. All right, this is costing me too much to be able to punch across. Gosh dang it. All right, I'm gonna do it again. Let's see if the AI is dumb. Let's go back to the fallback strategy. Frickin' heck, that is so irritating. All right. Nope, cancel your fight. Go retreat. Let him cross the river and be an idiot. This time we're gonna try to focus really on cutting him off this time, though. All right, the cornerstone of Texas is done. Nice. More recruitable population. Manifest destiny. Ooh, here we go. Yes. Yes. Core creation costs and also justify war goal time reduced. That's going to make it so much easier for me to say we're going to conquer the rest of these guys and also go conquer all of Mexico. That's right, idiot. That's right, idiot. Come back out here again. We're going to do this one more time. All right, now I'm going to push you here. I just want to pin you. Don't actually do much. The goal... punch through to Fort Clovis. He brought all of his troops across. If we can just simply punch through right here and encircle them, he is doomed. That's the only thing that I care about. You guys actually don't need to do anything. Actually, no. You go here. Let's get some motorized to help over here. We don't want to win this fight is the problem. So actually, no. Hang on. I only need a couple of you guys to pin this guy down. I actually want you to deliberately lose this fight. Just hold him in place while I get over here. All right? Come on, we can do this. Actually, you guys just mostly need to get straight over to Fort Clovis. Nothing else matters. Here we go. Here we go. These guys are retreating. We got reinforcements. We're getting up into the Fort Clovis. Got it. Okay, now you guys can slaughter the rest of his army. Whew. But these are the little tricks you can do in Old World Blues. And it's very, very effective. You guys get up over... front line right there we go. And all right, now's the time to go for a push. This is a good place for me to end this video, I think. So we finished completely writing a Texan Constitution. Awesome. We're gonna go for at least a few more bonuses with things like Manifest Destiny. I could change up a few more of my military policies and such, and I do think that is something we are going to want to do. But at least for the moment, I think we can take a quick pause. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.